in place.
Massive stuff from Standy. The front line is now all theirs. Look for FaZe to try to make the counter-attack now. Through mid. Here come the nades. Trophies are in position. MajorManiak are lining up. Attach the first to drop. Can he find any members of FaZe? Here comes Priestahh. Priestahh gets two. Priestahh gets two and Major finds the next, and it's all four down for FaZe. And we've got the lead going back into the hands of Røkkr. And then now, Chance, they are moments away from victory. What an unprecedented upset this would be in the league here in the Major. And it is not over yet. You've still got to get a good break now for FaZe. It is now 10 seconds for the win for Røkkr to upset the Titans. No one is in position to get it on Chance, and I cannot believe my eyes. I cannot believe what we are about to see. And ladies and gentlemen, Røkkr have gone and done it. What a sensational upset so early on in the tournament here. Major 5. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. The second day of the final major of the year continues, and we've got a treat for you here in the winners bracket. Dallas Empire taking on Minnesota Røkkr, and you can see in this beautiful RGB LED laden room, everyone's getting ready to march out onto that stage and put on one hell of a show for all of us. My name is Miles Ross. I'm joined as ever by the effervescent, the wonderful fountain of knowledge Chance, and we're ready for a big old day. But before we get into that, CDL points presented by Game Fuel. Both our teams going into this one, of course, the second-ranked Dallas Empire, and there is the sixth-ranked Minnesota Røkkr. Not a whole lot separating them aside from the points at this place in time. But Chance, what do you think, mate? I mean, the sort of standings won't change too much here in terms of whoever wins this one, but a big story for whatever's going on in this wild and crazy major.
I mean, I think if nothing else, what we just saw in the CDL points is Minnesota, might be taking scalps, right? Like, FaZe is clear-cut #1 best team in the game, top of the point standings. Minnesota took them down in, like, not a dominant fashion, but a pretty efficient one. And now, well, they got the #2 team. Dallas Empire right behind in the standings. That's who Minnesota's got on the chopping block next. And, of course, on the flip side for Dallas, they just want to get the win, move on, and get victory for the first time this year.
First time this year would be very impressive indeed. But the question there, mate, as you said it, Røkkr have taking down the first-ranked team from last major. Can they take down the second? We'll find out. Quick look now at the quick scope, brought to you by Scump. This is all from Stage 5, the match records for both these teams so far. Stage 5 has been a wild one, Chance, like a pretty wild one. We've seen a bit of everything, but what do you make of these stats here for both squads?
I think, honestly, that kind of gives away the story of the series, right? Right now, if Dallas can just keep winning those hard points, that'll give them a very nice cushion for the other game modes, because it's not like Dallas is too shabby the other two. And for Minnesota, hard points certainly been better for them. They won both of the hard points they had yesterday, but overall, it's obviously their weakest game mode, so S&D is where they need to clutch up, and that is where guys like MajorManiak and Attach have been completely on point throughout Stage 5. They've been running the show.
Yeah, they've been running the show. Two names you would expect to be doing that, Chance, but same has to be said for the players of Dallas Empire. You've got your iLLeys, your Shotzzy's, Grim's been around the block a few times, and Viv is really coming to his own form right now. And under the guidance of good old Coach Rambo, this is a dangerous squad, mate. It has to be said. No doubt about it, we are going to see one hell of a series. My biggest question, though, is, again, like, I don't think many people saw Røkkr taking that series yesterday. How far can they go in this tournament? Well, friends, I'm glad I brought up the Minnesota Røkkr. Thank you, Mars. Now it's time to meet the team. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, Minnesota Røkkr.
Røkkr certainly come to play.
They can't stop it. They can't stop the kid. They can't stop it.
Whoa, Priestahh.
It's Standy! Cuts them all down. What was that?
Bang! MajorManiak, 200 IQ, 10 out of 10 play. Oh my word! Attach is going to save the day. Røkkr are kings of the north.
Well, we'll see if the Røkkr fairy tale can continue, because it may be a fairy tale for them, but for their opponents, it's been a bloody nightmare. And here he comes. Frankenstein's monster Standy had an exceptional day yesterday against Atlanta FaZe. Let's see what he can bring today. Chance, what do you make of the team? Priestahh, MajorManiak, Attach, and Standy, and of course, Coach Brian Saint joining them there in the middle.
I mean, I look at this team, and just from like purely the Stage 5 standpoint, they had like a solid run overall, but then they closed it off on such a high note that it was kind of tough to predict how they were going to be able to do. They come and beat FaZe, and it's like, oh baby, this team is here. But at the same time, they played Dallas in Stage 5. They did take an L in that regard, and especially because of the hard points. They ended up losing both in that series, so it is an opportunity for revenge, an opportunity to prove once again how far this team team has come. A couple roster changes they made throughout the years, but this is the one they're sticking with. And well, if this tournament has been any indication as to why, they have just been so clean. And well, even Standy has really started to kick his gameplay up a notch.
The process is certainly being trusted right now. Attach, MajorManiak, Priestahh, Standy, the full Minnesota Røkkr roster we will see play today. And they've been a lot of fun to watch. Again, for those of you who saw the match yesterday against Atlanta FaZe, it was an upset. There's no other way to put it. No one expected them to actually defeat Atlanta, and they did it with aplomb. It was great to watch, very, very interesting. But their opponents, this is a tough one though. Dallas Empire, the second place at Major 4, an incredible Game 9 series against the very team that Røkkr beat Atlanta FaZe. Let's find out what they've got today. I'm going to meet Dallas Empire.
Dallas Empire have smashed the gates open.
What a brilliant three-piece!
Oh, it's a shot punch! Oh no! Once again, they saved the day.
Dallas Empire chance, of course, 3 of our current reigning world champions on the squad, and they've started to peak at the right time here in the 2021 season. An opportunity to maybe go back to back, but we will see. Here come the squad, and I'm hoping for some shenanigans on stage. They have yet to disappoint, and there's the pose. There, the porterhouse to the right-hand side of your screen, ready to get into this one. But for the whole team, Chance, Vivid, Shotzzy, iLLeY, and of course Crimsix, this should be a brilliant display of skill and see where they sit so far in the standings of this major.
And I'm incredibly excited to watch this team play, because keep in mind, like last stage, it was fairly short notice when they brought Vivid on the team, and they came away and got second place. And like, this is a team that they certainly looked like they were improving throughout stage 5. Now we get these guys out of Major. You get Rambo Ray as a coach at his best, when he can just go to work with the game plan and try to work his way and find a way to beat Minnesota. You got guys like Krim. First time back in a while. It's just their Call of Duty that they've been playing is so clean across the board. Just an ungodly amount of potential these 4 players have. And even just to watch Vivid and Shotzzy run together on the map, potentially, it's going to be a sight to behold.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic to watch again. True masters of the craft on screen and on stage, and the Dallas Empire see just how far they can go. A very formidable opponent in the form of Røkkr Chance. Game fuel keys to victory. Let's go through Dallas.
And I think I'm looking at this of like, how do you want to try to take down Minnesota? Because like the hard points especially is where Dallas need to capitalize. But that's where Minnesota's been making those improvements, and they have such a distinct style. You know, like, you know, metal boots of MajorManiak gonna be posted up inside the hills. Like, they have a very unique sort of way they play the game. Dallas Empire, they need to have the game plan, right? There's going to be times when Shotzzy and Vivid just need to fly at them when you have the time, or if they have a setup, you got to like switch things up, slow the pace down, and take your time to break those setups down. So I just think it's what, you know, communication needs to be on point, recognition of where Minnesota's going to be on the map. It's all the basic things, but you got to kick them up to the nth degree. And then more importantly, I think the SMGs is where the focus point is going to be. Shotzzy and Vivid need to have themselves a wonderful series and try to shut down the SMGs on the flip side. But game fuel keys to victory for Minnesota Røkkr. Listen to the coaching staff. Miles, I don't know if you've been watching like the Minnesota docu-series they've been putting out, but the most recent episode that they had, there's a moment in it after they lost a match in the Stage 4 Major where Reppin is barking at some of these players like Standy, Reppin being the analyst for the team. And it's an interesting thing. When you have a coach like starting to yell at the players, you have like 2 options of how you respond. Either you get pissed off that you're being yelled at, or you take the advice well. In that moment, Standy responded exactly like you want them to. And it really seems like he's a player that's starting to hit those strides, starting to make those veteran plays. So I think the coaching staff for the Røkkr have been putting in work. I think we're seeing it in the team's gameplay, but really that's just the first thing. I mean, again, it's the SMGs on both sides. I think that is where the primary battle is going to be, at least in the respawns, but that'll just be for your games 1, 3, and 4. Bunch of maps across the board, and frankly, Miles, I think both teams are happy to see all 5 of these.
It's going to be a battle, and now you know the battlefields that we'll be playing on. Garrison Miami, Raid, Checkmate, and of course, the mighty Moscow to end it out. Or big old Red Dead finish. We'll see how it goes, though, again, as we're almost ready to roll here. Dallas Empire, Minnesota Røkkr. Will the fairy tale continue, or is this the wake-up call for Røkkr? Dallas, and honestly, going to be a very formidable opponent, but both sides of the coin here, Chance. This should be a banger, in the words of the great Van Prague, but we will see. So we're about to get into our first matchup. going to be a raid. Hard point, and I'm very... Is it raid? That's a lovely looking raid there, isn't it?
It's Garrison.
It's actually Garrison. Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's
loving
supposed to be Garrison.
No, I'm loving it. I mean, this stage is beautiful. I don't care. You can put raid all over that thing. We're fans. But it is going to be a Garrison to start this one off. You're absolutely right, brother. Here we go, mates. Can't wait. Neither can the players. It is extreme seriousness across that stage. Maybe a game to some. There's far more than flashing lights and sounds to those boys on stage. Let's get it. Game number 1. Here we go.
And keep in mind, right, we see that 6-12 record for Minnesota flash up on the screen. This is not a bad map for this team at all. Garrison Hardpoint is what FaZe ended up banning against Minnesota because of the strides that they have taken. It is a map that they played against Florida to end their Stage 5, where they played it nearly perfectly. So make no mistake, Minnesota is a threat on this map, but obviously, Dallas, this is where they want to be for map 1. It has been their bread and butter as well, but just trying to set up and make sure everybody's aware this is going to be a battle.
This is going to be a treat. We'll see how this one plays out. Again, hardpoints typically start things off with a bit of a mess, but we'll see if anyone can find a slight advantage to be had. iLLeY trying to catch a player through the wall there. And are you allowed to shoot the flag? Is that? I'm sure that's not allowed, but we can let that one slide. He's trying to wallbang attach there in that quick contest spot. But so far, so good. Røkkr with a nice opening here. Nothing too wild and crazy in the kills department. Attach still sitting on 2-0. Lovely awareness. Again, trying to make sure that those players from all around know easy way in. And if the players are going to be there, it's immaculate trades either side. But it can be said once again as Vivid finally comes out on top. Nice string of kills. Standy will also fall. But once again, teamwork, flowing chance. Both teams looking very strong here in the open.
And it is worth mentioning, that's somewhat of an interesting decision by Standy. Maybe he could have set up a P2 and try to lock down those spawns, but he was playing for the kills, and hey, maybe you convert that into some decent time on P1. I mean, you got a 30-point lead, but now you're going to have to go for just the pure break. And Crim, well, playing so far away that Priestahh, maybe he picks up 2, but it's still a long way to go before Minnesota can get in the hill. At the very least, though, they are breaking spawn, so they got maybe a 5 or 6 second window before the reinforcements get there.
We'll see if they can get it done. Quick rotation now underway, and again, the hardpoint already in the hands of Dallas Empire. Attach has managed to slip on through, and he's being annoying, but he will be brought down finally. The crossfire's there. iLLeY once again, 3 in a row now. We're going to find number 4, does get it. Diamati in hand, picks up the last 2. iLLeY now making a case for streaks. This is a lovely, lovely run here on the second point. Lead now going the way of Dallas Empire. And these shots are going to make it very, very difficult indeed for iLLeY to stay alive. Not necessarily playing for those streaks, he remains on point. But the counter-attack now from Røkkr complete. They're going to be on the point. The final 10 seconds, all theirs.
And right now, Dallas basically had the setup, right? You have that early rotation of P2. Maybe you get broken in the final seconds, but that's great because you get this setup for this new hill. So you go after the first hill down 30 points, and now you might be able to start running away with the lead, but it's just about evened up. And of course, on the flip side for Minnesota, they just want this one good break. Try to flip those spawns, but they are getting bullied out by the attacks and nades. No room to fly through. Caution and Shotzzy there to catch them. He's able to pick up 2, and that is just going to stop that push in its tracks. Now you get Shotzzy just to do what he does best, trying to keep those players at bay. But even when he falls, his teammates now know where all the pressure's coming from.
Yep, here they come. Standy, nice shots. So we're trying to find this break. Here we go. Røkkr making the way forward. Crim with the early shots. Standy with the smooth moves. Oh, and he's looking for the 2-piece. Crim's hurt. There's the final bit of help, though, and Standy will drop. Now you have to Priestahh making his way forward. Gets a couple of decent tags in. But again, reinforcements now for Røkkr. Slowly but surely trickling onto the point. We've got a lot of space to work with here, Chance, and they're going to have to get a little closer. Might chalk that one up. Now lock down that mid-map position. Here we go, though. Røkkr now with an opportunity to hold a bit of time here, but the Dallas counter-attack is going to be fast, it's going to be furious. And who knows, it may be even longer than that wild film franchise.
Dallas, though, they found a way out just to make things a little bit mixy over towards the point. Looks like Minnesota responded to the pressure pretty well, but even then, they've gotten softened up just a little bit. Dallas able to strip just a few seconds off the clock, and not even a few. That was maybe 10 seconds they were able to buy for themselves, but still got to take a second crack and go for round 2. It's still all of these power positions Minnesota are in control of, but this has turned into a very scrappy hill. Even on the back foot, Dallas doing a very nice job of just trying to keep these players at bay, and Shotzzy able to pick up a 2-piece, and that is good enough for the break. 20 seconds left on the hill, and Dallas going to collect all of it, or just about all of it. It'll be about a 40-point lead going into this next hill. Dallas, really outside of the first hill, have been doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, great job out of Dallas. Røkkr still nipping at their heels, not letting this one go quietly. We'll go for a quick Astro Gaming listen now with Minnesota Røkkr. See how the team's doing.
Bring on spawn,
Nice,
guys.
good shit, eBeZy. There's gonna be more.
Under B up. He's
What do
one
you
front out box. He jumping for you.
Yeah, front out, one shot. Crim. He's in L, guys.
Yeah, two out.
L.
Dead.
Nice, one more L. Crim.
He's on point.
Top green going brick. We gotta kill Vivid.
Yeah, I'm dead. Tools
Top
hill
blue
and
brick, not
left.
brick.
Tools
Could be
hill and
outer.
left. He could be arch.
Outer.
One might be arch.
Outer. Nice.
They have no trophy on time. They have no trophy on
Alright,
time.
left. Make sure left.
Yeah, we have bricks right here.
I'm looking
Also
back
green.
bricks.
Brick. Shotzzy.
Back brick. Shotzzy dead.
Nice.
I'm weak.
One's back left 5 fork.
Green done. One more on spawn.
Brick. One shot, guys. Brick. One shot.
Vivid in green. Vivid one shot in green.
Nice, good job.
He's green. Green side. Green side.
I spawned in the back.
On top.
Take your time on
Big
this.
time.
I'm trying to get you
You're
green.
gonna
They could be bricks.
Oh,
I've left side mid. I've left side mid.
L. Shotzy's in L.
Vivid's on point. I can kill him.
Shotzy's
Front
L.
bricks in
L dead.
I pushed him on point. Absolute left side.
Time.
That should kill him. Nice.
Mid,
Good job.
three,
Good, Mike.
3. Look over us. Let's get top bridge.
I got your
green. I'm playing for him green.
Yeah, I'm looking
So
over.
we
I'm looking
tank.
over.
Keep it tank.
Oh, he's on.
I'll work
the
left with you. I'll work left with you. Get that time right there.
Yeah, wait for each other. Stay up.
Yeah,
wait,
Stay up.
wait.
I'll be green.
I can work out here. I can look over your mid. Hold on.
Shotzzy
Watch
on
out,
point
green.
weak.
This is Crim.
I'm nading top green. I'm
Shot
nading.
out. I'm sliding in.
Yeah, go on. I have a
Top
trophy.
row, guys. Top row. Ender. Dead.
Nice, let's go. I can look over your
Caution,
caution.
caution,
Under caution, deal.
Under J1 shot.
J1 dead.
Nice, it's 2.
Caution dead.
Caution.
Push it. One shot.
I got him.
Nice. Yo, I can run up mid right here. Stay on
So,
top.
oh, I died from caution. I died
Okay,
from
Good time.
caution.
You can event. You can event.
Top caution weak.
Stay up.
Top caution not weak. He's low caution going to hill.
Yeah.
Rails, that was him. Nice.
Dead.
Come on,
Back mid tank. Dead.
Nice, two.
Richters. 2 hill. I need help.
I can nade. Contest if
I'm
you can.
wrapping green. You guys can hit that.
I'm
Watch
nading.
out.
Naded. I'm
Make
looking
sure
at
you
your
block
caution.
Mike after.
What's you?
Okay,
You
good,
and
good.
You and Cubby.
You watch out.
He's still
Keep
pretty
on right
straight.
here. Keep on. What's Cubby?
Fuel dead.
Nice.
Hit mid, Shotzzy. He's under L.
Mid and L.
He's under L.
Yeah, you might block my spawn. Big kill.
One shot. Try to stay alive green, guys.
Spawn
Yeah,
bricks.
look over us.
In L. Recent L.
We got to hold, guys.
I'm shouldering arch here.
L dead.
Nice, I'm
Short
shouldering arch.
shots.
Front stacks. Front tools. He's tools.
His tools no show.
I'm on back L. I'm on back
He's
L.
Yeah.
weak, bro. Tools no show.
I'm holding green.
I'm holding deep. I might need help.
I have your cross. I have your L crossed. Elie, one stack.
Shotzzy was close. I can help with the
L
back.
cross and stacks. 2 of them. I'm gonna go no
I
show.
need
I'm
help
gonna
in the
no
back. I need help in the back. Hold my push.
Got one.
Tools.
Tools.
Stay up.
Shotzzy,
Okay,
wait for
now,
Shotzzy crib.
Shots, good comms there out of Røkkr. Again, quite clean, concise. Really keeping a good awareness of everything that's going on. Anything that stood out for you there? It's really telling the story of this game.
I mean, I think just that the most vocal players are probably the ones that aren't necessarily doing the most on the map, but that's because they're helping their teams, right? MajorManiak may have the least amount of gunfights, but very much directing traffic, trying to get people to coordinate nades, and really doing as much as he can. But Minnesota, this is a hill they had to set up on, and they ended up getting broken down. You know, Vivid picking up 2 with the pistols, and again, we go to P2. This is where the game started to get rough for Minnesota the first go around, and the exact same thing has happened once again. You have the bad spawns towards the tail end of this hill. Dallas Empire should be able to get set up with a free rotation, and the fact that they already have a 70-point lead. Empire, not a team that often throws this kind of lead away.
They should not, but we will see. 66 points now separating these teams. Dallas will be making their way across map, but again, bit of a split. It's a 2v4 hit now. Here comes the remaining members, but Shotzzy's going to slow them down. As Røkkr, they may cross over that threshold. You have to get through Shotzzy, and this might not be an easy task. MajorManiak will win the fight. Spawns should be in the favor now of Røkkr, and this is a wonderful opportunity, chance to close the gap. Will they be able to get it done? Priestahh now trying to hold down the point. Reinforcements in position. The setup is on. Here's your game fuel keys to victory right here. Can Røkkr find the time?
Well, they're certainly looking for it. The fact that they get the break is nice, but Shotzzy, the thorn in their side again, picking up a 2-piece in the feed. But Standy is there. Meet him. Standy responds with a 2-piece of his own, and it is just a scrappy battle for the actual hill time. Dallas Empire, I mean, you know, you give up the spawns eventually, trying to fight that 2v4, but they end up taking them right back. Maintain that 60-point lead and then some. Happy to play with scrappiness on Garrison is the Empire. They're now trying to just be able to get out of dark. Vivid doing a wonderful job just buying his teammates time to come and help him out. Spread the map out just a little bit and maybe taking a very eager challenge. He gets taken care of. Minnesota back to the setup they get. Player top green, player in lights, and a couple players in the hill. This is what they want to have.
Yep, that's exactly it. Now again, time now going their way. How long can they hold the kills though? That's going to be a big question. Standy still on that 3 spree. Wow, good shots out of Vivid. Can't make it a 4 after that. Shotzzy drops to attach. We get a lovely 2-piece. Looking for his third now as iLLeY's starting to get a bit dicey towards the point. Oh, and he beats him to the top of the tank. The shots are there. Teamwork once again prevails. And back to the point we go. MajorManiak from atop the catwalk. That premium power position to land those shots and keep those boys happy in the hard point. Shotzzy now still making his way forward chance. We've got Røkkr in on time. About 20 seconds remaining here, and they will be able to get a decent lump of it. And again, that gap has closed. Dallas still may be leading. They don't have a lot of map control here. There's an opportunity for Røkkr to chain point to point.
And Røkkr are just letting no one get anywhere near that like 50-yard line. They have just been stuck in their spawn. No places for them to go to try to fight their way out. Really, Dallas just need to pick up a couple kills, but even when they find him, you know, the new hill pops, and look at the map control Røkkr have. That is like 3 players over on the brick side of the map. Even if you lose a couple players inside of the hill, Dallas Empire are going to struggle to crew any of the time unless Shotzzy has something to say. He can find 2, and now the player in bricks is attached, and well, these are no longer easy gunfights to win. Talk about the setup getting broken down. Empire just stormed their way through.
And that's what you called for. You wanted to see Shotzzy and Vivid throw themselves forward from time to time, and iLLeY was backing them up there as well. A lovely run. Woof, what a kill from attach. And now an opening. 1 player left on the point now for Dallas. Will vacate. It's going to be Shotzzy. He's still trying to play that live 3 in a row. Able to get streaks to be great, but again, you're over the 200-point mark now, and this should be a wonderful string of events for the members of Dallas Empire if they can get this one going. They did manage to stop the Røkkr advance on this point, as Garrison proved to be a little bit too tough to control so far. With the last second contest chance, but we go back over to a brand new set of hard points. Over towards first once again. And Dallas still with a decent lead, looking to close this one out. They can get it done here.
Well, attach able to find 2, just try to open up this hill, but anytime there's a 2-piece, it seems like Shotzzy is there and Vivid with the team coordination to keep him alive and buying that second piece. That'll make 4 down in favor of the Empire. Have a small little advantage just on the foot race towards the point, and now iLLeY just gets to slay. Post up to the middle map and look for the kills, and even if you can't find him, just look at the lead. 16 seconds left before they get the dub. Empire running away with this one is Røkkr. That last-ditch effort trying to flood this point, but where do you go? Posted up on head glitches, hill control, and if Shotzzy is alive, people are gonna die again. A 2-piece from him and make it a 3rd to end the game. Phenomenal performance out of your MVP.
You beat me to it, mate. One of the MVP candidates with damn good reason. A very sweet and very commanding start here in the series for Dallas Empire. And again, you saw Crim on stage there. Not a sweat. These boys looking very strong here. Røkkr a little slower here. They hopefully would have wanted to get a checkmate in there. Of course, the map they took off of Atlanta FaZe and that yesterday's series. But for now, our first map will go the way of Empire, and a lovely start it is, Chance. A good thing going now for the boys of Dallas. 1-0 in the series.
And this is almost as expected, right? This is the map pick Empire wanted to play. They have certainly had Røkkr's number in hardpoint throughout the year. I think, what is it, 8-2 is Empire's record in the game mode against this team. So they've been there before. And again, Shotzzy is very comfortable in this type of series. Man was literally a walking piece machine throughout the game. Nice amount of damage he's able to throw up as well. But that is just to kick things off. If you have Empire favored in the hard points against Røkkr, well, you saw the quick scope earlier on. SMD, maybe a slightly different story, but there you go, 5,100 damage. Not even leading the lobby, actually. Priestahh got him by just a little bit, but nonetheless, 30 kills to his name. Shotzzy won a hell of a game.
I'll wait to see what happens in that search and destroy. Again, these teams have got a terrifying and very eventful history against one another in the game mode throughout the majors this year. And on this very map as well, Miami coming up after this very quick commercial break. We'll see if we can get any more historic and horrifying moments here in the Call of Duty League on this map and mode. But until then, it's 1-0 Dallas, and it's Miami search and destroy after the break.
Seany, the official eyewear for the CDL. Armor your eyes with Zenny Blocks blue light protection glasses by visiting zenny.com/gaming. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. Don't forget, friends, there are new unique rewards to be earned during Major 5 when you link your YouTube and Activision accounts. For the first time, you can earn double Battle Pass XP tokens all Major long, and the CDL is also giving away an exclusive rewards like that calling card. Ah, you thought I was going to press the button, didn't you? Well, I am! The Røkkr calling card, top frag emblem, you name it. The longer you tune in this Sunday, the more stuff you get. So stay tuned all day long to get the rewards, and don't forget to watch our top 4 Sunday. Top teams competing for big cash and for a fantastic opportunity to hoist the invisible trophy here of Major 5. But again, we're all playing towards that champs as well. Can't forget that. Great practice and an opportunity to write COD history still. Chance, let's talk a little bit about Empire, my friend. Since what, Major 4, it's been quite the run for them.
And again, this is a team that on very short notice is winning like stage 4, the major run they went on. Only a couple weeks of practice with Vivid, so they even got a little bit better throughout stage 5, a team that will continually improve, but decent stats all the way across the board. They are absolutely a threat in every single game mode. Saw just a taste of it there in the hard point. But even for S&D, even like in spite of the fact that Minnesota was what, like a 5-1 record throughout stage 5, even Dallas Empire and a few of the Search and Destroys. Miami is a map where we are running it back, and Minnesota beat them last time 6-3 on this map. I think Empire definitely going to have a better game plan. Come out and ready to fight again. Talk about the coaching staff on one side. Rambo Ray absolutely is a man willing to go to the drawing board and get down in the nitty-gritty to figure out exactly what improvements the team needs to make. So, yeah, and I'm expecting this to be a battle through and through.
Well, it should be a good one. Let's see how we roll, though. Miami, an exciting and oftentimes terrifying map to play on. This should be a fun search and destroy. And again, we are still in winner's bracket. An amazing run so far from Minnesota Røkkr. Tight as they like, Chance, in that first hard point. A little bit more to be desired there. Let's see if they can get the bounce back here in the search and destroy. Dallas Empire, Minnesota Røkkr. Here we go. Miami game 2.
And honestly, Miles, because it's Miami, I kind of wish we had players like post all of like their like settings, because I know Crim has joked about it, but I think he might be serious of like really turning down that FOV and make sure that you are lasered in for the long distance gunfights. And well, maybe Crim will be the player with all the pressure on him, the lone man right now for his team defending this A site, and that is exactly where the pressure's coming from. He's got the gun for the job, and maybe the nade will be on point. Lands near Priestahh, but everyone alive, and that bomb going down.
It did actually hit Priestahh, so Crim threw a sweet one there, but the bomb planted, 4v4 retake. Bit of an awkward setup, though. Attach is a little slow. Oh, and he's going to land one kill there. Standy gets another one to iLLeY. Crim by the back. What will he find out there by the diner? So here comes Standy, looking to get another this round. Vivid on the flank. This could be a very sneaky opportunity. Crim goes down. Vivid left alive. 1v3 situation. And there you go. Great coverage from Røkkr and a wonderful opening round.
And again, well, wonderful is the exact right word, right? Just of how aggressive they were on the play call. Pretty much zero time wasted. And again, if you know a guy like Crim's going to be up top visitors, if he's by himself, you might as well just sprint up at that site, get the bomb down as quickly as possible. Frankly, I mean, just kept surging forward. Priestahh is super aggressive on the beach as well. If you can ever get the bomb down towards A, you are feeling wonderful about your chances at winning the round on offense. Røkkr kicking things off very nicely.
Dallas' turn to attack now. They're going to bomb in hand. We'll see if they also go towards Zane. It looks like they might just be doing that. Shotzzy carrying that bomb. It's going to be on Vivid now to sort of hold that back street side. And again, you've got Crimsix on top of the front of the driveway. So with that, you've got a lot of coverage. Røkkr, and I love what Priestahh's doing. Ah, there it is though from Shotzzy. Great angle, great awareness. We're trying to get that boat position. That's really what they wanted there. Priestahh caught out. That opening blood is going to be huge. And this is an angle and a half from iLLeY. Can he catch Attach from there? He might. Timing was a little off, but Attach may have saw him cross. So Chance, this gets that bit more interesting. MajorManiak, old iron boots, hanging out way deep at the back of South Beach.
He couldn't quite find the kill, and meanwhile you see the idea from Røkkr sending 2 on the flank, and it's one of those things on defense. If you lose a little bit of pressure, it is operation get to driveway and don't let the bomb get planted. But in a 1v4, there's only so much you can do. Attach finds a freebie, but you got, what, 30 seconds effectively to work with before you got to hop the bomb. 3 players to kill, and nowhere to go. Good luck, have fun. Attach gets dropped, and that is back-to-back rounds on offense for the teams. Just go to A, find those bloods, get the bomb down, and not really playing any games. Neither team wasting any time playing the map to a T, at least on the offense side of things. And you got to imagine there will be a response, right? I don't think Crim will necessarily be the lone man playing visitors this time. I think he might get at least one reinforcement to come help him out.
Opportunity now for Røkkr to change things, maybe go towards B. In early rounds, potentially looking to train Dallas to a certain expectancy. But yeah, I think we're going to be going towards B this time. So MajorManiak going to be playing the island role. But look at this defense now from Dallas. They're reading this one fast, and they've got more players on the defense towards B, and they might be, after they leave A, making their way across. Shotzzy, though, ants in his pants, has already left piano side of the map, and he's now coming up on behind MajorManiak. This could be huge, or it could be disastrous. We'll find out as the kills start to flow.
And I feel like Dallas just got completely bamboozled because they're getting picked off for free. And yeah, Shotzzy might have found one before he falls, but I think the players on visitors, I don't know if no one has engineered to see where the trophies were landing, but they end up getting played. iLLeY, though, going to even things up at 2-2. That bomb is down, and you know you need to clear out that Doc's Heady side of things. And that's where Crim is going to be trying to work, but obviously time is not on their side. Crim is going to have to start to fly.
Got to fly towards this backside of the map. Crim now last player left alive for Dallas. Another attacking round in the bag for Røkkr if they can take care of him. And MajorManiak trying to hit with a fadeaway, and it's back up the stairs he goes. Shots in. There's the round once again for Røkkr. Another offensive round, 3 so far in the game. And mate, are we going to see it again? Are we going to get non-stop offensive round wins? Until what? Round 10?
I doubt it, but...
I also doubt it, but hey man, this major has kept us all guessing.
You never know. And I will say again, I think bamboozle is not a terrible word to use there. Again, you know, Minnesota throwing out a couple trophies, and I just think there was zero attention turned on Garage at all, and even Attach. I mean, basically from Garage, able to find that first blood. I think Empire just kind of got caught in that round and let it slip through just a little bit, but hey, might as well just get the response, right? Win your offensive round as well. Looks like they're going to be playing for picks rather than going for that aggression, but at the very least, you see the idea from Vivid. Get the information. Priestahh tried to get to the boat last time. He might be doing the same once again, or make the adjustment and play the heady, which Shotzzy and iLLeY want nothing to do with. They back down.
They're back down, but only for a moment. They're going to re-angle. Take the fight now through mid once again, but Crim's trying to keep them safe. Speaking of trophies and bamboozling Dallas, we've seen that FaZe did that to him in the grand finals last major again. Back to the game though, iLLeY with that first blood. He and Shotzzy now have got a lot of coverage over towards that A bomb site. MajorManiak still sitting on that 3 spree, 4-1 overall. Opportunity now to catch a couple more. Meanwhile, mid-map is getting very, very busy, I'll tell you that. As everyone, eyes on. There's no way you're leaving that purple building without finding someone. Crim, oh my word, Crim and Standy! You couldn't smell each other in that situation, and Standy, you may be able to get away with a little bit more than just 1 kill here, as Crim still hanging out. I mean, he may still be on his belly, and he's going to be able to shoot Standy in the back at this right moment. There's the trade. MajorManiak, though, still from up high. Last player left alive for his team now after a bizarre chain of events, and Shotzzy's going to get it. And Shots, what the hell just happened?
I mean, well, I don't know if Crim heard those players drop down, slide around, whatever it's going to be, but even still, he has the complete right idea. He does not want to be the guy to take those gunfights, because after you get that bomb planted today, whoever is near the driveway, their only job is to not die. They are the saving grace of the round. It is an incredibly difficult position to root the players out of, so at the very least, whether he's belly down waiting for Shotzzy to get the kills instead of him, it does make a difference. Crim ends up playing that very well. Just for the sanctity of the round. And even again, the aggression was the factor over towards 8, right? You had iLLeY keeping MajorManiak on the bushes, pinned down. Or wasn't iLLeY, whoever was Vivid. But then the play call was then to root out Priestahh. They double hit him, pushed him out. And of course, MajorManiak, if he's pinned down, can't come in for the reinforcement. So Dallas, again, just the coordination they bring, oftentimes just incredible as iLLeY spots a few.
Not enough bullets to get them all, though. Vivid's going to help out. First blood. Priestahh yet to get on the board. We're seeing him in the 0-3 so far. Woo! Almost 0-4. Gets away with his life, though. Now the slow and steady approach towards the bomb site. Attachment his 1v1 on the other side of the map. Crim will be the lone defender. Oh, and he's done a good job. Not enough, though.
Shots.
Priestahh finally gets himself onto the board. Eyes on iLLeY, though. Oh, slip slide! Standy, what a kill! Beautiful slide in the shot, and now Vivid has had to bring his gun forward. Will he be able to get onto the bomb site? The answer is hell no. As Røkkr and Priestahh gets the kill, and they get on the board once again. They take the lead, 3-2.
And we're going to get to see... Oh, we don't even get to see Standy. That is criminal. I thought since he planted the bomb, he would get the best play, but maybe Attach earned it. And that's the second time Attach has done this, by the way. It is one of the, good or bad things, depending on your perspective about Miami, is how big this map is. You can afford to play deep pocket corners of the map, and it's just... I mean, imagine you're the guy coming for that top balcony. You have to check literally 20, 30 different things, and Attach, again, just a nice spot he can find. If he's playing spots like that, I don't even know if Empire are ever going to be able to flank through B when they're on the defensive side.
A lot of love for B this round. Attach in the back alley position. Again, Shotzzy, iLLeY lining up to push their way through. Crim's got the front side of the purple building covered, so we're lined up. We're waiting for the fight. Priestahh won't get involved yet. He's over towards A. Number 6, MajorManiak still watching it. Here comes the cross. Standy pounces. Eyes on iLLeY. Everyone's a little hurt, and it's lovely work from Standy. 2 brought down before he goes, and that is enough damage to slow down this push and make this a very, very difficult round indeed for Dallas.
And now you got bombed down literally on site. You don't have a ton of control, but at least you got one of your ARs up, but you see the shoulder just from MajorManiak. He's setting it up for his teammate. Now Crim in a sticky situation, getting nade, getting tagged up and hunted down. Leaves Vivid in the 1v3 that he turns into a 1v2 very quickly. And maybe an opportunity to plant the bomb, but even still, I think Røkkr very quick on that rotation, already top piano, and he's going to get shot in the back as soon as he gets this bomb down, or maybe even before. Minnesota on defense holds strong and really just break the chain. First defensive round win we have seen the entire time, and Standy absolutely the reason why. Nice ratty spotty plays here, and he just turns it into 2. No fear in his heart, taking that gunfight against iLLeY, and really just solidifies the round. And interesting for Empire as well. It was the first time they tried to attack B on offense, and they just get completely shut down. Not sure if they'll make that call again.
We are seeing that search and destroy prowess start to spill through for Minnesota Røkkr as they now have a 2-round lead. 2 more, and they can level up the series. But here we go. Across the pool, on to dip a toe whatsoever, and once again Attach over by that driveway side of the map. Keeping that long street safe. He's been there for quite some time. He's found a couple of big kills there. Again, watching the aggressive flanks that Dallas like to make, those mid to late round flanks. Once again, they're on the other side of the map. Crim. He's got his binoculars out, and he's going to be looking down that beach. Eyes on the first. There's that trophy to keep the bomb site safe as Standy now makes his way in on it. You do have iLLeY now providing the reinforcements. Now through mid-map. Here comes Shotzzy and Vivid. They've left the B bomb site, and they're making their way forward. Crim, great eyes on. Lots of info passed, but this is going to be a real fight. Attach still playing alone on the other side of the map. No one's managed to get any kills yet. The bomb will be planted. Here we go, Chance. This is going to be a bloodbath.
And while this bloodbath is happening, I was going to say, I don't know how Shotzzy just found timing to find Attach in that situation, but he gets through. Now mid-map is just completely owned and dominated by the Empire. You got the man advantage, but they don't have a ton of time. The first trades are through. You got another set of gunfights potentially going on the bomb. Players dancing around each other. MajorManiak on the boat gets taken care of. Priestahh, 1 shot, last alive, and Shotzzy sees him in the bush. Empire on defense. They found their way through, and again, I don't know how Shotzzy does it. I don't know what kind of wizardry he just pulled off, but it was a thing we touched on just a few rounds before. If Attach is playing one of those deep pockets of the map, it is incredibly difficult on defense to push through B and flank, but I mean, Shotzzy, he finds the opening. He takes the time to clear Attach out. Shotzzy, clearly a man that learns from past mistakes, makes the adjustments, and gets the best play off of it. That is a wonderful job by Empire, again, just to make the reads on the Røkkr setup.
A lot of Crim's work there as well, playing from that back lifeguard. Stops MajorManiak really finding any kills or actually be able to cover the bomb. So wonderful work out of Dallas there. 2 kills that round there for Shotzzy. Crim managed to net it with the 1, but again, they were incredibly important ones nonetheless. 1 round now separating these 2 teams. 2 players on defense towards B and A for Røkkr. Vivid got a couple of shots in, and he lands a few onto MajorManiak. So now we go slow and steady. Bit of a mirror of last round. 3 players in on towards A. You've got the 1 lone defender. It's going to be Vivid, though. He sits back towards B, Chance.
And right now, I think on the defensive side, MajorManiak's going to have a ton of pressure on him, right? You already know the idea from Empire. They're going to try to fly their way through, but they might be working the beach side, and this is just where Priestahh is calling this out. So again, MajorManiak right now sort of by himself on an island, and you see what he does, right? Makes the adjustment, hops over the wall. And this is going to be one of those things, if Priestahh ever calls out, hey, I think they might be on A bomb, MajorManiak has a very easy path just to poke his head out and get the kills, but this is where the information and the communication needs to be on point from the Minnesota Røkkr.
MajorManiak, he's going to have the ability to get maybe one kill before Crim springs to life. There it is. There's the kill. Here comes the flurry of activity. iLLeY has to get involved. Crim makes his way to the bomb site, but again, trades are on point. Priestahh with big tags. 15 seconds on the clock. iLLeY's trying to get this one down fast. Vivid trying desperately to get across to the bomb site. Priestahh, he will take care of the bomb planter. The bomb will be armed. It should be an easy defuse as now Vivid, can he catch it? Oh, the body block not quite there. 35 seconds still left. Standy gets it. The numbers pay off for Røkkr. And now, with this bomb defused, they put themselves on map point.
And you saw the idea, right? Again, it was exactly as, sort of predicted, right? MajorManiak just playing sort of an off angle. As soon as they know that pressure's on the bomb site, he pokes his head out. But the secondary part of that plan is making sure MajorManiak is expecting the challenge to come through from both mid-map and the beach. So he's trying to make something happen, and his teammates are there to protect him. Even after he falls, Attach takes Crim down. He's trying to make a play towards the middle of the map. So Røkkr really, again, just too strong on the setup. They had all their bases covered, and meanwhile, in the background, talk about the setups and the strats, but Standy's found himself 9 kills so far throughout this game, leading the lobby, having a very strong Game 2 performance.
Yeah, wonderful stuff so far. Here comes the adaptation towards what will be, hopefully, for Røkkr, the final round. Looking to close this one out. Solo bomb carry now for Priestahh all the way towards backside of B. You've trained Dallas to think about the A hit, but they're not taking it this round. The cell's there, but it might not be an actual final exchange, as here we go. Will those Dallas defenders leave the bomb site, try to push out towards the street? Attach did fire his weapon. He does let them know he's here. Vivid and Shotzzy now down low, looking to clean out the bottom side of this hotel, the bottom side of purple. iLLeY watching the back. This is great out of Dallas. All bases covered now, chance. They saw Priestahh. Oh, the jig may be up. We'll see how this one goes.
Oh, and that spot just too clean. Shotzzy, though, he's going to hunt for the kill, and he's going to find it. And now you have bombed down on the side of the map that Røkkr does not have a ton of pressure on. And even towards A, Crim is making the reads. Vivid finds another. And the defensive setup from the Empire finally pays off. MajorManiak, almost in a sense, is playing for stats, but he finds the second. It gets a little bit spicy. iLLeY's there for the trades, and things work out towards the end, but that is the second or third time on defense Empire have triple stacked the B site, consistently pushing through it and occasionally getting caught. This time, nice and patient. Nothing was happening on the map. No need to overcommit. And Shotzzy, as fast as he can be, again, just the patience that he has to wait for Priestahh to wrap back around. That is very much, again, just a calculated setup that Empire are working with. Something they certainly talked about before this match.
Here we go. Dallas by himself, the lifeline. You see the eyes on mid-map. Vivid, look deeper though. Catches MajorManiak out and about. First blood, Dallas. Slow and steady now, making that bomb in on towards B, waiting for the kills to come through. Trophy's the top purple, so the Paramore Hotel will not be receiving any unwanted flying objects. Standy and Attach up top now. Shotzzy making his way through driveway again, trying to just clear out these angles. Now the rotation over towards A chance. All on Priestahh on that side of the map.
And I love the call, right? You don't want to have to deal with like finesse central, some random guy playing erratic corner, picking a two-piece. Nope, just go over towards A, where it is much more of an information battle, and Vivid, the vision on him. He might get traded out, but you just killed the guy over towards A. You get the bomb down, you got a man advantage. Empire, there is a incredibly low chance they lose this round. Vivid making things very easy for the rest of his team.
And Priestahh let him walk by. He saw it. He held his trigger. He didn't take the shots. And it cost him. Standy, though. Merciless assault now onto Crim. In from behind. 25 seconds on the clock. Attach making his way through the backside of the beach. It's a 2v2. You call it chance. It's a good opportunity now for Røkkr to maybe make the pinch happen. Good timing from Standy once again. 3 kills in a row. Shotzzy. Oh, my word! Attach absolutely rips him. And there you go, friends. Onto the bomb they go, and we've got a tied game. The equalizer there on Miami. Røkkr level up the series, and boy, oh boy, didn't expect that round to go that way. I was all with you there, Chance. There's a very good chance Dallas have that round, and Standy said, hold my beverage. What a play.
I mean, the last thing I expected was Crim to just get caught with his pants down, right? Like, even a couple rounds before, it was the same thing. As long as Crim is alive, it almost doesn't matter if his teammates die on the other side of the map. If he is, like, towards the middle of the map or towards driveway, he is the easy line of sight towards bomb, but doesn't even watch his own flank. Just gets completely caught off guard, and, well, there are very few ways you can clutch up in that situation, and Røkkr just played it perfectly. Take down Crim, go for the double challenge on iLLeY, and they timed it perfectly and found the final kill as well. What a way to bounce back in the series. Clutching up like that has got to feel good.
Oh, gotta feel great. Standy, once again, 12-6. Beautiful stuff out of him. He's had a wonderful tournament so far here in Major 5. And my, Chance, the plot thickens. Everything gets a little bit spicier is what we think is going to happen, really does. But now, friends, we're going to take a quick look at our US Army tactical play. The final round there. Again, kudos to Seany, that wonderful kill on top hotel for Crim. But Chance, walk us through this one. Our US Army tactical play, the final round.
I mean, genuinely, it is just a pure tried and true, like 2 versus 3 retake. You have both players from Røkkr just swinging out, sweeping both sides of the map, and taking their time clearing things out. But even when I say taking their time, it's not like they have a ton to work with. And I think really just the biggest mistake of the round is just the fact that Crimsix ever gets caught. I mean, he could lay down on the other side of the bed, top balcony, and that would, in effect, be a better play. But as soon as he falls, now Røkkr have these other 2 players trapped in. They've cleared out a decent chunk of the map and then attached. As soon as he sees iLLeY, it's the guarantee. Knows he's not on the boat. You don't have to worry about back Tiki. And then poor Shotzzy, I mean, just left alive in 1 versus 2 after that. Like, why is everybody dying? What is going on? But again, just an efficient clearance and attach, of course. If there's some player in Røkkr making the clutch, you know it's got to be him.
Big clutches all round, but there we go. Map number 2 completed, and Røkkr tie up the series. A wonderful equalizer, and now an opportunity for one of these teams to drive the series forward. Raid control coming up after this break.
Welcome back to Arlington, Texas, where you just have to know it is 100 degrees outside and players are sweating, but not because of the heat, because of the action we have right now. A back and forth battle. These teams going at it, and honestly, somewhat expected, right? Dallas Empire had that slide edge in map number 1. Go to the search and destroy on a map the Røkkr had beaten Dallas in previously, and they execute once again. But it has been a crazy time to be a Minnesota Røkkr fan. They have been on the up and up, and this is their look when they took down the best team in the game. And the most important thing on my mind is the fact that Standy, 80 kills, leading his team, a 1.19 against the Tiny Tears, where the Tiny Tears dropped 0.8, almost completely unheard of. And if you look at that specific match, Standy before and after that match yesterday against FaZe, he was the guy dropping a 0.8. So he has massively improved his gameplay. Now you go to a series against the Dallas Empire, and from Standy's point of view, it's a similar situation. He's got like a 0.85 in the respawns against Dallas because you got guys like Shotzzy and Vivid just flying at him constantly. So he's had a problem with these guys in the past. Standy is the guy to pay attention to and see if he can basically replicate the gameplay he had yesterday and drop numbers like that once again. And if he can provide that in the respawns, Minnesota, oh, they'll be living the dream.
It's a wonderful feeling though again for Standy. Yesterday you had to deal with the tiny terrorists. Today you're dealing with Shotzzy and Vivid. After this, it's like, well,
that is the gauntlet.
Yeah, it's after this, like, well, no one is quite as ferocious. So, like, I've already gone through hell. What's next? Presumably heaven. Well, we'll see. Whew. Well, an exciting moment now as we get ourselves geared up, ready to get into raid control. And thanks for the hard carry, brother. Appreciate that. And again, for Dallas, I'm not sure if, you know, with too much of a disappointing loss there on Miami, I think there's an opportunity for them to certainly make the run here, but control is a dangerous game mode. We've seen quite, you see the games are either incredibly close, we go to those round 5s, or we have those 3-0 blowouts. And as you've seen in the series so far, it's been a little bit back and forth, Johnson. We've certainly got an even match on our hands.
And again, I've already said it however many times, right? Dallas in this matchup has had the edge in hardpoint. On the flip side, Minnesota had the edge in search and destroy. Much more back and forth in the controls, and raid is the map that these two teams keep going back at. It is a slight edge for the Dallas Empire, especially so they've been a little bit more clutch on their offensive rounds, but effectively negligible. Like, they've traded this raid control throughout the year. It is very much who turns up on the given day. And again, I'm on the side of Minnesota, standing attached. The SMGs are the players I'm looking at. How can they handle the pressure from Shotzzy and Vivid? And maybe especially Shotzzy, because, right, 30 and 22 is what he went in the game 1 hardpoint. The man was a walking piece machine. If you can't contain Shotzzy, you're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time. So those of you following at home, Shotzzy dead. Very good for Røkkr. Shotzzy alive.
It's
very bad. It's nice giving the fan. It's just like dumbing it down sometimes, Chance. You know, you're good at what you do, but sometimes you got to just give it to me plainest of English. But here we go, mates, into the control map. Number 3. Here we go. Back and forth this series has been so far, and smack bang in the middle, the hump map, which no one has ever called it. But now we find ourselves here. Dallas versus Minnesota. Map number 3. Let's get it.
Yes, control the Wednesday of the map and modes as far as it goes. I don't know what the Monday would be, I suppose, because it doesn't feel right.
Monday's hardpoint. Monday's hardpoint.
No, hardpoint's the weekends for sure.
Oh, come on. There's nothing wrong with Mondays. It's just another day. It's what you make of it. And right now, what we're making of it is a couple of kills going the way of Røkkr and a decent amount of progress in or towards that segment on A, which is now gone. Shotzzy, as he maneuvers his way across the map. Again, the finest left stick in the league. Nobody moves like him. Decent tags, decent shots, good work as they are keeping the pressure on. Second segment of A is gone as well now, and it's going to be on iLLeY trying to stop it. But meanwhile, Shotzzy's flying around and got himself 4 kills in a row.
Yeah, if you never respond, if the SMGs just can't go toe-to-toe with Shotzzy, I mean, again, it's incredibly simple, but you're going to have a bad time. But as it goes, the setup over towards B, I was going to say Minnesota, instead, working themselves towards the middle of the map where Vivid finds them all. Røkkr now are in sort of a weird spot where they're towards mid. What direction do they want to go? They're sort of waiting for these kills to come to them, and MajorManiak, the guy with the sub in his hands, piercing his way through the middle of the map, and these are the battles. You gotta start winning these SMG engagements, but Empire are shutting them down almost every way they go. The SA gets captured, but a nice little life lead that Empire have, and more importantly, you see Shotzzy's positioning. Deep in their spawn, the thorn in their side, the man is 5-0.
It's a bit more than a thorn right now. The man is a massive piece of Lego on the naked foot of Røkkr right now, and he is very sore. Make it 6. Oh, he just gets the last bullet in and it counts. 6 in a row. Or Shotzzy. It was a colossal nuisance. I was going to say it took the absolute gunny of MajorManiak, who only sort of went to half health in that exchange to finally bring him down. But there it is. With that kill, you've got players now for Røkkr on the B zone. The excitement now will die down. Here comes the counterattack. Couple of bodies on point. Priestahh is trying to hold the top side, and he's doing a wonderful job. He's on a 6 spree. Looking to get the 7th. There's iLLeY. The shots are in. The kills come through. There's kill number 7 in a row. And B is as good as gone. What a turnaround from Røkkr.
I mean, that is just a ridiculous round, right? We're over here watching Shotzzy, trying to figure out if he's getting streaks. But meanwhile, from Shotzzy's point of view, Kind of similar to that final round of the S&D. All of his teammates are just dying, and this is when it started. Priestahh, who I think opened up the game like 2-2, maybe 3-2, doing fine, goes on a 7 spree towards the end. And winning gunfights like that, you can see why. If you're shooting rockets, well, you're in a couple rockets as well. Artillery and crew secured. And what a way. I mean, again, if there has been any like semblance of struggle for Røkkr against Dallas Empire on this map, it has been the offensive rounds. Well, that is right out of the gate. They deliver. Priestahh, I mean, what more could you ask? Fully streaked out and his spree still alive. What a way to kick things off.
I mean, we were gassing Shotzzy for not dropping anything there, but Priestahh, 9-3. Lovely opening from him. No more kills to be had, though. And that's it. That's the end of that praise until he gets back into the ring and finds a few more shots. But here we go. Defense towards A now for Attach. He's playing that one alone. The rest of the squad's going to oscillate over towards B, and that's where the attack is really starting to line up. Shotzzy making his way through middle. Still sitting on that 6-2 after that first round. It was a wonder to watch. Priestahh, though, good defense. Man, he's shoot. I mean, like, what? Shotzzy and Priestahh, the champions for their respective teams. They've been now trying to clean up. We've got players now on A. Here comes the second, the third. You should see A vanish very quickly. It's going to be almost 2 minutes to play with. Oh, wait a minute. Priestahh says, not today, lads. Streaks are out. This is going to slow it down. Crim not going to be able to get away. Nets 2 with a cruise missile and keeps A safe.
Oh, and I love this too. This might be the blender, right? You got MajorManiak pushed up far enough. You know you got that ring pressure coming through, and Standy trying to stay alive. Where he's going to fall, but the teammates have the cross, but you can't find any kills. Priestahh, the first shots he has missed all game, and well, that ends up turning out. And Dallas are going to love this. You just burn a cruise missile. It takes you all of, what, 3 seconds on the game clock, and you go right back to secure A.
Wow.
That was a very close to blender situation that now Dallas Empire have turned into a little bit of pressure on B. Shotzzy's over towards Tiki, making a bit of noise, and well, if it's Shotzzy, you know he's winning the gunfights. Picks one up in the feed. Really, as long as his teammates can get to him, Empire, I mean, how quickly the tides can turn.
Oh, they turn incredibly quickly, and now Røkkr may be caught out and about. Well up, truly, a certain creek without a paddle. We'll find out, though. There's MajorManiak now holding down the line. The attach from up high. Trey's coming through. Standy winning a couple. iLLeY, though, gets 2 more. Shotzzy opens up mid-map, and oh, dear. You've got an open field now, and this could be B zone captured. Here come the bodies. Priestahh, though, investing the streaks once again. We saw they weren't as effective with the cruise missile. Let's see what the artillery can do. Bang, bang, bang. Gets iLLeY out of Tiki. Good stuff. Røkkr's defense now will hold for a few moments more.
Still, though, mid-map and kitchen right now, Empire just have full control over. Vivid needs to trade the kill, and he's successful. So Empire, this is what they have to work with, right? Ton of map pressure. Most of all of Minnesota going to be stuck in their spawn. You even got Attach wrapping back just to try to be the cutoff man. But Shotzzy, as unfortunate as it gets, he gets stuck. And, well, Crim now forced to make the play. Trying to make something wild happen, but unfortunate. Again, just a stick like that shuts the push down. Empire gonna have to spawn up, gear up, and try once again. 30 seconds left on the clock.
A lot of time. Røkkr need to hold on for as long as they can. Dallas have 7 lives. Just about 20 seconds to make something happen here. Attach making that slow and steady flank through the back. He's going to take care of this player through mid. An easy corner, one that you don't often check. Dallas now, lives spent. Last 4. Last 10 seconds. iLLeY will find a little bit of space to work with, but they don't simply have the ground. Crim, these kills help, but it's not going to be enough. Røkkr will take round number 2 here in the control. The series may have been a back and forth, but Røkkr now have had enough of that, and they're hogging the ball 2 straight.
And it's as good as it gets, right? I mean, yes, you use the cruise, and it turns out to technically be wasteful, but I believe it. Or no, they use the artillery too, but that's what they're there for. You're in the streaks, use both, win the round, and even some gunfights they started to have, right? MajorManiak picking up a couple pieces, back basketball, and really, he's only 7-9. His teammates having just a wonderful time on the map. I mean, Priestahh obviously with a dominant first round, but Attach kicking things up as well towards the latter half of the round on defense. 2-0 up and a ton of players working themselves towards A. Vivid maybe the cutoff man, or maybe he wants to flank, but we've seen it time and time again. Teams on defense happy to give up A. They just want to keep players trapped and get as many kills as possible.
Doing the best they can. Ooh, Attach steals 2 in that situation. He was very hurt. Dallas coverage, there was a blind spot, and he managed to slip through. Currently on a 6 spree, backing on up. MajorManiak will lead the way. We'll see if Attach can get streaks now as well. Shotzzy from up high. Lovely spot to be in. Looking to find one more here, and Attach dips back. I love it. Shotzzy's hurt, but we've seen what the man can do in a doorway. A dangerous opponent in these situations now. And Dallas, on this defensive round, they're doing a good job, Chance. They're burning the clock in a big way. 50 seconds remain. And Røkkr have not really found a way forward. I say that.
That's unfortunate as well. I was going to say, you want Attach to get those kills. Like, you want to feed Attach. Like, the offensive round, you just want to go into a round on defense, worst case scenario. But if you get the streaks, you're happy. But he's getting naded, shot in the side and everything. And he ends up spending, what, maybe 30 or 40 seconds of time playing for the streaks. That does not happen. Empire, you talk about the response they needed on defense, and Shotzzy continually the man leading the charge. 17 kills to his name, and finally gets dropped, but 25 seconds on the clock. A little bit of progression over towards A, but that's 3 down. This is an opportunity to fly, but Crim wins the big one-on-one. I think Røkkr, gonna have to chalk it up, go towards A, get that extra time on the clock, and then get back to work. It will be down 3 lives, but 16 available. They still have a lot to work with.
And we've seen the way both teams like to play this. They're very, very decisive. Once they get those kills, they stack those points. One decent opportunity is all Røkkr really, really need. And no, that's 2-piece. Cleans up mid. iLLeY versus MajorManiak on the back lines, no. Nice nade. iLLeY will dodge it, and MajorManiak, not a clue. Beautiful play from iLLeY there. Over to Crim once again, finds kill number 4. Ooh, good nade from Priestahh will slow him down, and that is that. 50 seconds remaining, Chance. And Dallas, they've managed to turn up the heat here on the defense. Will Røkkr be able to find the opening?
It's certainly not looking like it, right? Because now they're actually trying to work through a bedroom, but this has been Shotzzy's home. He's still roaming around, and even when there's no pressure on the map, this man is just running circles, dancing around the opposition, but finally gets taken down, but it still costs you your life just to find that kill. But at the very least, they've cleared out bedroom. 6 lives remaining. You got to set up and have one good team push, but even still, Crimsix, he's playing off angles over towards ring. He's catching players on the cross. This has not been a fun round for Minnesota Røkkr. And again, the fact that Attach was not able to get the streaks is a wonderful window of opportunity for Empire to get back in this game, as maybe the last ditch effort is through. 5 seconds left. Røkkr, they're going to try to make the play.
Oh, they're going to go for it. And is anyone there? No. Shotzzy finds the kill. No one able to contest. Standy will keep his streak alive going into the next game, or his spree, I should say. But Dallas with a much-needed round win there. Would have been a 3-0 had Røkkr had their way. And Crim, instrumental in mid-map. Great best play. We managed to get a couple more here and managed to turn the heat up indeed, Chance. But now, another round still. Røkkr sitting on map point.
And certainly Crim putting in some work, but I mean, Shotzzy's got to be the hero of the round, right? It was when Attach is playing for streaks, Shotzzy gets inside of Art, Attach is forced to back down, and Shotzzy, I mean, just buys so much time on the map with how long he's able to stay alive. 21 kills to his name, and again, just making sure that you're able to shut those streaks down makes offensive rounds that much easier. It is a massive stack over towards A, and well, opening breaks, got to win a bunch of these gunfights. Crim delivers at least for the first blood, and it looks like the ARs right now for Empire cruising along, and Shotzzy finding them at all. 4 down, triple stack on A. Took 9 seconds on the game clock for Empire to deliver, and add just a minute more. 2 minutes and 21 seconds these guys are going to have just to capture B.
A stunning offensive towards A. It's long gone. 2:15 on the clock now to play with, as Dallas yet to lose a life with very, very solid work there on the clock. And here we go. Standy will get that first blood for his team. The rest of the gang, though, making their way forward. Dallas Empire pressure's on. Priesthah's got a big job here. Catch these players out. Start to whittle down these offensive players as they're making their way forward. Nice 2-piece. 24 and 20 overall now for Priestahh. Still got to deal with Crim, though. Sitting inside kitchen. Will Priestahh be able to find it? He does not. 2 out of 3 defenders ain't bad, though, but Crim keeps the play alive.
And it's a 2-front war as well. Crim basically looking for spawn kills, and well, he's able to get a couple before he falls. But kitchen control, more important, bedroom control. Røkkr, I mean, this is just the setup. They are happy to double stack up top, and until they're cleared out, you're never going to be able to win an offensive round. But they get one. The trades are through, and there you go. The 2v2 battle they had, they do enough, and even the third looking to go up top. iLLeY is prepared. Eager on the challenge, though. It looks like Empire gets stuffed, and the craziest thing, you got players going towards ring. All of that effort to clear out bedroom, and Røkkr, well, they are right back at it. 2 players up top once again. Maybe the top-bottom split, but either way, Empire, I think they want nothing to do with this side of the map for the next minute or so.
Oh, Standy, nice angle. Great nade, should tickle those players now. We finished the job on those softened shots. There's Standy, finding the first. Second now through mid as iLLeY goes down as well. Standy 22 for 22 on a 2 spree, now over, sadly. There we go. Buying valuable time. Attach finding the kills as well. Here we go, Dallas. Time to go big. 35 left on the clock. They've got 15 lives to play with. Shotzzy. Great job once again from Standy. Standy. All we can seem to say here, Chance, the play's a bit on point.
Well, finally again, Dallas Empire clear out better control, but even still, it's not easy to get past the first big opportunity they've had, maybe even just to get up towards Tiki, but Standy, the cutoff man, is trying to sit him down. Finally, he gets dropped, and he got 8 seconds left. Empire, this is the first time they've been able to get near the point. A couple gunfights coming through and attach. He feels the pressure. He's going to back down, and this is going to be Shotzzy right now. By his lonesome on the point. He's got a couple teammates with him, but attach, he repositions, and he's just softening up this blow. Empire, only 5 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to stand out. The time is ticking. Someone needs to be there. It's 3 and 4. Crimsix and iLLeY basically by their lonesomes, trying to buy the time. They cannot afford to get a foot off of this point, and they do. Now just a second. You got to stay on it. You got to stay on it, and they're there. But standing for the cleanup crew. The 4 down is in Minnesota in the control. Clutch up and clean them up. They get the victory.
They take the lead in the series after what was an incredibly careful moment there for Dallas. Walking along the razor's edge, not able to take a foot off the point, but they have to find every single kill. Unbelievable turn, though. I mean, back and forth we went there. Dallas showing true grit, but not quite enough as the driver's seat. The aux cord is firmly in the hands of Røkkr now. 2-1 in the series.
And I think there's almost like somewhat of a butterfly effect, right? These just like little plays early on that really set the scene for the rest of the game. It was a massive problem. Shotzzy kicks off from round 1. He's like on a 5 or 6 spree. He's thinking about score streaks. Not only the fact that MajorManiak wins a big one-on-one gunfight to shut that down, but while that was happening, Priestahh doing the exact same thing in Empire spawns. And you have a round where you're put in a tough spot on offense. You turn that into not just the round win, but you get fully streaked out. And you get full streaks. It's just a guaranteed defensive round win for the next one. And well, then at that point, you're just smooth sailing. You got the comfort round in the back pocket. And well, Minnesota Røkkr delivered again. Struggled a little bit in game number 1, but the bounce back is real. And again, they're looking to take some scalps. Took down FaZe yesterday. Working on the second best team in the game today.
Oh my. There we go. Røkkr take the lead here in the series. We now go to a checkmate hard point for map number 4. The Crows, the Roosters of Ragnarok are making a ruckus. Will this be the end of times now for Dallas? Or will they be able to find some safety? Push that game 5. We'll find out after the break. Røkkr take the lead in the series now and push Dallas Empire the distance. They've already taken down Major 4's winners. Now they're looking after Major 4's runners-up here in the winners bracket. And the up-down arcade bar, they're back at it again, and they are loving life. as Røkkr have continued to have another standout stage here against another top team. The Giant Killers, the Jotun Slayers. We'll see if they can keep that one going. I think it's actually Yotar, is the plural for Giant. But here we go. Into checkmate chance. Empire. What have they got though, mate? Let's talk a bit of Shotzzy again. One of our MVPs of the league, last year's MVP as well. An incredible performance and an amazing debut, really, in the professional Call of Duty world. What's he got today though, mate? What's he been like so far?
I mean, he's got the sauce. He has been just a menace on the map. I mean, he's having, make no mistake, over 3 maps, he has not had a bad map. He's been playing incredibly well. Maybe a little bit more 50-50 in the surge, but in the respawns, I just want to see from Minnesota's perspective, he has been piecing them up like crazy. I mean, honestly, there's a little bit of truth to it. His team's letting him down at least so far in the past 2 maps, but that being said, the scariest thing, he's getting better. With the player that was MVP last year, best of the game, that has been making progress even still this year. He's got a feel for the game. Watching him play, he genuinely just does magical stuff on the map. We even saw it, right? He gets into art, he's picking up a couple kills, and just buys everyone on the map so much time for his teammates to come and help him out. But there's just a few small things right now for the Empire that are going wrong. And Minnesota, on the flip side, taking full advantage of that fact, right? You have 2v3 clutches on a map like Miami in a situation that is nearly unclutchable, that they played perfectly. You get the win on the control just to give you the edge on the series. And well, now we go into their map pick. It's not like Dallas are going to be shying away from checkmate. Obviously, the map records are close for both the teams, but this is where Minnesota has been getting even better. And this is also a map where they took down Atlanta FaZe just yesterday, so they are prepared to play near the plane.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. All aboard. Please stow your tray tables and get your seats in the upright position, kids, because here we go. Time to take off. Here into game number 4. Røkkr towards the plane they go. Charging headfirst into the gunfire. You can see the bravery as the nades are there as well. At table position, MajorManiak's going to get the first blood, and Shotzzy tagged up. Will they bag him though? That's the question again. Trying to stop the contest here on our opening hard point here on checkmate. And man alive, what a wild one it will be. Standy's already managed to make his way across, and he's doing what he can to hold this position. And it's a nice shot. Vivid's there as well. Standy on that 2 spree already. Prim though, still fighting for the backline. As this hard point now falls the way of Røkkr chance. Fighting for the second, still taking place top right at the minimum.
And Standy, by the way, yeah, he's just causing so many problems for the Empire. He's got 2 players currently going to hunt him down.
Oh my God.
And again, he is just buying his team so much time. It's actually iLLeY from in the plane that shuts him down, and iLLeY, he's able to find 3 from God knows where. Even still, even after that play, it's Minnesota that collects the time, and it takes a 3-piece like that just to stabilize the rotation. I mean, just a wonderful job by Røkkr off the start, and Standy, one of the biggest reasons why, again, just dragging all of that attention his way. But as it stands, this is the big thing, right? If you can't break P2, it is a money hill. Empire could really bump up the numbers. And right now, Røkkr struggling to try to get to this pill.
Get in there, friends. Attach. Trying to make the case. Can't make it work out. Standy, though, unable to get the second as Shotzzy lands the kill. 2 in a row now for him. As the rest of his team, all of their streaks have come to an end, but you still have yourself a decent amount of hardpoint time. There we go. Back on it is Dallas. 25 seconds remaining here, chance, and they're going to do what they can to hold it. In map, though, covered by Minnesota Røkkr. Can they keep Dallas pinned? Rack up as much hardpoint time going into third as possible. There's no chance really breaking this one here, but they may be able to find a few kills. Here we go, Røkkr. Got that map control, but you could not break P2. Dallas simply too strong.
I mean, that is literally the perfect response you could have, right? That iLLeY 3-piece that he got before this hill pop really just opens up the map. There's no funny business. You get just the clear-cut setup that the Empire want to have and, well, take full advantage of that fact. Towards the outer street, though, MajorManiak wins his one. He's got the trophy down for support, and Attach is looking for a couple that he's going to find. The mantle helps him out, and he gets the third as well. Doesn't need the support, but the support he still has. Standy, though, does get dropped, and, well, Attach might have made the play, but Empire respond very quickly and immediately get that hill control. Empire so quick on the responses to the pressure that Minnesota is putting on, and, well, that's turned into a 30-point lead so far.
Point lead will do it for now. Easy comebacks are happening here on checkmate. We've seen plenty this season already, and I have no doubt in my mind we'll see a lot more. 4 in a row for Vivid. Holy dooly, get the 5th coin, son, it's yours. Okay, fine. Standy, a little too strong still in this series. Not an easy 1v1 to take on the best of days, or on the worst, I should say. aBeZy, back over to the point we go. Flips open, it's all his. And he's going to be the sole player here for a brief moment. Standy, though, still making his way in on the hard point. Reinforcements from both sides as they will clash. A brief second chance, and there's the contest. Nearly doing a lovely job holding the hard point down. Here come 3 members of Røkkr, though, surely able to get him off the point at the very least. There's the contest. Here we go once again. Priestahh is going to be able to get it, but we have a war raging on this point, and Dallas still on top.
Dallas still on top, and again, if they're able to get this scrap time, they're just going to have such a huge lead going into the new hill. And well, Attach knows that. He's trying to pick up some pieces. He's on a 3 spree to potentially break this hill and buy Standy time. That SMG duo putting in work. And keep in mind the positioning. Standy was actually in the plane. So he's bought his teammates enough time to know that at this point, maybe players are starting to go for that rotation. But Minnesota, they've got the map as covered as they want it. Standy up top, finding a couple kills. He's dancing with the entire Empire squad and ends up taking a couple down. He might have just gotten stuck by his teammate that drops the nade in a Shotzzy. I'm not sure how it panned out, but either way, get a couple kills. Minnesota, the money hill that they need to get back in this game. Right now, they've got it.
Røkkr may have the money hill, but Dallas still have the hot hand on the map so far. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listening with Dallas Empire and listen to the break.
So behind me, he's top pillar. He's still holding. Good shit. Hold cross.
Yo, Priestahh still up.
37.
Priestahh top right wing.
Top right wing weak.
Looking at it. I got you.
Shadow cross, side of the wing. You guys need heal, no trophy.
Yo, he's on pillar. He's on pillar.
I needed it. Yo, reset behind him as well.
What up?
I can Wood.
Wood dead.
Still on time.
I'm watching. What up?
On time.
Yeah, on you.
Wood done.
I got one.
Me as well.
Point stairs, last guy. Point stairs.
Sit down.
One shot. I'm sitting up.
Sit down. Yeah, he went exit. He went exit.
I'm
needed.
Yo, he went to new. 2 went new.
New.
He's graffiti. 2 graffiti. 2.
Actually, 2 new.
Flash over left.
2 new guys. Just hold.
Standing 1 shot hold.
I'm holding. Reese, stay down.
We're
I
good.
got closet push. I need it. I need closet.
Yeah, I'll watch left wing. I have left wing.
If you want Reese. No one's right. A lane.
I have left wing.
I'm wall banging them. One shot.
Gonna go left.
No dead. What was A lane?
Up to right now. I'm trying to pick up A lane.
Lane.
Someone's
Last guy. He's going weak. He's going mannequin. He's going behind desk. Low rest. I'm going to touch.
I need a bind desk.
Yo, low attach at the one shot. Dead.
Our side hill.
P5,
Mid side hill. Yeah, mid side hill. Yeah.
And what's P5? They didn't fast it.
He's mid. Ender. Mid.
One is low left.
Yeah.
Low left, guys.
They
have only a trophy on their side. You can need mid.
Ender, I need a mid.
So now.
Silver low left wing.
I'm one shot, guys. I'm one shot. I can't tell you.
Mid.
And one guy going A lane as well, guys.
Can you go touch her? Watch out.
Major 1 shot mid lane. Major 1 shot mid lane.
Attach and exit.
No, I got 1 naded.
Yo, get this time now.
Yeah. We gotta get it.
Up under now.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna try to pick a guy touch us.
You need it. The our side.
Someone help me our side, guys. Major dead.
One's
They're behind us.
Oh shit.
Pinch me and get attached.
You start playing more towards hill as well. Yep.
He's above me.
Chance, what is it? Is it panic? Is it desperation? What is going on as Dallas start to slowly but surely crumble under the might of Røkkr?
They've just been getting worked. There's no other way to say it. I mean, they are being forced to just be completely disconnected. Vivid nearly has 40 engagements. Crim on the flip side is 16. Like, it's absurd, like the amount of production Vivid is like trying to output, but it has just been scattered from start to finish. But hey, you're going to a money hill and you got to make the break. And of course, it's Shotzzy. He's on a 4 spree, cakewalking his way towards the new hill. And the break that they needed is the break that they get. A massive moment potentially in this game because, again, things starting to get a little bit spicy, a little bit delicate because Røkkr really was starting to crank up the pressure. But Shotzzy at this point, now he's the one playing for streets, taking gunfights like this, and it takes 2 to take him down. Finally, his spree gets stopped and just a scrappy P2 hill this turns out to be, but clearly Empire have a ton of fight in them. Things started to get out of control, but they very much stopped it. And we will have effectively a tied-up game going into this new hill.
Man alive, what a hard point this is. Dallas right back in it. New hill's about to pop down low under the plane, and iLLeY finally gets attached. That was a bit of an awkward gunfight. Finally comes to a close. Røkkr, first player's in. It's not going to amount to much, as MajorManiak, the last player left alive, now fighting from the back, somehow slips in behind iLLeY, does take care of him, but a reinforcement's there to make sure those trades go down. And look at that scoreline. We are even Stevens going into this one, neck and neck. On this hard point, not an easy one to accrue a lot of time on, and we're going to see both teams still vying for control. But Vivid, man alive, he is putting in a shift today, Chance.
Roaming Slayer. I mean, again, what is this? Like 47 engagements he's had so far. The AK-74U, Krig, whatever gun he needs, he is going to find. Just an absurd level of production that he can output and just a weapon to have on the map. But he gets dealt with in Minnesota. At least get the final few seconds, and more importantly, clean 4 down. They're on the left side of the map, and now this is a very important time for Minnesota. They can start to run this score up, keep them spawning on the right side of the map, and you'll be good to go. But you see the idea, just flooding through Tetris, flooding through every side. Empire just trying to alleviate some of this pressure, find some sort of opening on the map. But while they're working on that, Røkkr just working on the score, bumped up nearly 20-point lead, and Standy can't find the pieces. But Empire can barely find the hill. Shotzzy by his lonesome in between the Røkkr team, and he gets dealt with. Røkkr keeping the pressure on.
Oh, wow, what a win from Attach. I was going to say, not an easy fight to win with no trophies down on the point either. So Røkkr doing this one without any kind of Guardian system, and that is going to make things a little bit harder. But they've now pushed the front line out. They're picking up so much time here, and this is unbelievable. 3 in a row now for Attach, 2 for Priestahh. They both find those kills on the hard point. Vivid finally, once again, back at it, and man, he really is everywhere right now on the map. Over to Standy, another player we've talked enough about. 27 of 16 so far in this map, and trying to make it the final one in the series now for his team. Hard point chance, it is up. Røkkr once again in control.
And this is 2 for 2 for Standy, where he has just dominated the plane and making sure no one can go on those like long route rotations to get to this money hill. So they have the map contained. You get Priestahh on the top left. You get a man inside the point. Of course, that's going to be MajorManiak. And this is just the setup that they want. I mean, Røkkr, they are 2 for 2 on these money hills. And it is just so tough to try to fight your way through. The streak's probably not going to even make a difference. But Priestahh, he can be playing for him, but he's just piecing up left and right. Finally gets taken down. But this is Empire. I mean, tournament lives not on the line, but the winner's bracket run certainly is. Røkkr 20 seconds away from closing out the game, but Empire able to take a breath and stay alive for a few more moments. They broke through the money hill, but now the problem is the plane. And again, Røkkr, the map spread that they have, always in a comfortable situation.
They've done the hard work, and they're setting themselves up now for the victory. Question is, though, this close to the finish line, can they get themselves across it? Priestahh and Standy atop the plane, landing the kills. MajorManiak from other side of the map. And on the furthest extremity, once again, it's Standy, keeping these safe lines. Oh, my word. The trades are there. iLLeY now reaching clear, looking to find the shots. And the transition onto Priestahh for the second was unbelievable. That contest is massive. He has to stay alive. He's going to get stuck. 5 seconds now for the win. And Røkkr, the giant killers, are back at it again. Vivid, Shotzzy, they get a couple of kills on the point. Priestahh right back into it though, and with that 2-piece, oh my goodness, they've done it. First place yesterday, the second place team from Major 4 right now. Røkkr continue onwards here in Major 5.
They have figured out their game. Let me tell you, because both of these in 3-1 fashion, they're not needing those game 5, round 11 clutches. Their hardpoint game, they have kicked it up a notch from where they were throughout stage 4. I mean, playing incredibly well. Like, how comfortable they were afforded to be on the map, like early on. It's a couple of those plays for Standy, where he is just buying his teammates so much like pressure on the map that they just get to run the play for free, or the plane, excuse me, for free. You have what, the P4 or P5, excuse me, money hill over towards wood, where both times Minnesota have the spawns. You get your anchors in the far side of the map. They never let those go, and Standy just gets complete freedom. Do what you want on the map and just doing his thing. I mean, playing incredibly well. And again, back-to-back days for Standy, where he is going against teams that he has been dropping 0.8s against, where he has just kicked it up a notch here in Major 5. Playing incredibly well, and it is all smiles for good reason. I mean, they had the toughest bracket you could possibly have coming into this, at least for the winner's side's a thing, and well, they are absolutely taking care of business. 2 for 2 with the 3-1 wins.
You say that. I mean, what they didn't realize was it was FaZe and Dallas who really had the hard side of the bracket, and that was something that we're starting to find out. We're not. Røkkr thought they were locked in there with FaZe and Dallas. It's the other way around. 3-1, another 3-1 over a top-tier team as Røkkr. They will march their way forward into this tournament. My goodness, what an unbelievable series it was. Well done to Røkkr. Another hard-fought victory And look at those stats, friends. I mean, we were given a lot of love, and Priestahh, once again, 6-3 for him, 30 and 20, 5.6k damage. The same thing on the bottom side, 33 and 24 in a row there for Standy, 5.6k as well. Massive, massive work out of both of them, Chance. And my word, baby, another upset. Or is it an upset anymore? At what point is it not going to be an upset and it's just like Røkkr are just the real deal and they're a brilliant team? At what point? And you know what? I bet the up-down arcade bar, everyone is jumping now. Everyone is jumping. We wish we could be there. We wish we could be here in the Arlington Arena. But hey, we got ourselves another game still to go today, mate. We're still rolling.
Yeah, I forgot. It's a good one, too, like Toronto and OpTic next. But, yeah, maybe you're right. Minnesota, the team to beat in this tournament at this point, doing the seemingly impossible, but they're doing it incredibly well. And even trying to think, it is just like mistake-free Call of Duty that they're playing. I think on the P1 of the Garrison, Standy should have rotated to P2 a little bit earlier. Outside of that, basically could do no wrong. The Search and Destroy, if they were losing rounds, it's just because they're getting blooded, but clutching up the 2v3s. In the control, you got Priestahh popping off, getting fully streaked out. You had Standy running the show on the plane in checkmate. Everything you could want Minnesota to do so far in this major, they have provided. Again, right now, the Giant Killers, the team to beat.
The Giant Killers, the team to beat. Well, we're going to hear from one of the Giant Killers themselves. Jess, take it away. We need to hear from the players themselves.
Thank you so much, Miles. We are here with our Game Fuel Victory Spotlight with Priestahh. Really impressive stuff to see you guys just dismantling first FaZe and now Empire. How good are you guys feeling right now?
Oh, I mean, we're feeling real good. We beat 2 of the top teams. We've been working really hard, so it's awesome to see that we put all of our hard work and it's paying off. But we still got more games to play, so yeah, we're just gonna keep going hard and we just gotta keep being focused.
What is it that's just clicking lately? What's the biggest change you've made?
Just our teamwork, our communication and teamwork is this next level. It's been something we've been working on for the past couple of weeks. We've been heavily working on just communication, because when our communication's on, we're just teamworking. Our teamwork's on point, and we're just working on the map very good. It's smooth, and yeah, that's what I would say.
Now, if you had to rank yourselves as a team among the elite of the league, where would you guys stand?
I mean, right now we're definitely up there. We've been playing really good this tournament, so we got to keep it up. I think we're definitely a top team right now, and people are going to start seeing it. We just got to keep playing our game.
Well, very well said. Thank you so much, and good luck as you wait to see whether you're going to be facing Ultra or OpTic. But for now, we're going to head back over to the casters.
Thank you so much, Jess. Well, you heard it there from Priestahh himself. A renewed sense of focus. And they should absolutely be considering themselves a top team right now, because let's face it, friends, they are handing out punishment. Scuff player of the game now, though, on your screen. We're going to look back at the moment where Røkkr took control of the map and never looked back, Chance. It was all plane control, and it was all good for Røkkr here in our Scuff player of the game.
And now I'm just even trying to remember the moments, but this is where it kicks off, right? You get a clean 3 down. Yeah, this is the exact moment where you just get the setup that they want. And they were 2 for 2 on this, where, again, MajorManiak, probably the most metal boots kind of player in the league at this point, lives on the left side of the map. They never made the mistake of giving up spawns. They never left the bottom side of the map. That lane was never really open for anyone to make plays. It was always covered. You always had the ability to make the roaming slayers, and this is really just where Attach and Standy started to go crazy. I mean, just lighting up the kill feed. He's already got 25 kills at this moment, but you're just able to afford that ability to constantly fly at your opponents when you know your AR is in the back of the map just hanging out. Well-oiled machine, man. Minnesota right now, their gameplay is just incredible.
If you enjoyed what you saw there, friends, you can see it in person, live at the Galen Center, the playoffs and championship Sunday. Tickets now on sale. You can see the link at the bottom of the screen, callofdutyleague.com/championship-weekend. We'll be there. We want you to be there. It's going to be one hell of a tournament. You know who else is going to be there? Røkkr. And look how happy they are to pick up that big win over Dallas. Well, that's it for our series here. We're going to take a very quick break, and when we return, it's Lottie, Nameless, and Study on the desk to get you all excited for the last match of the day. We'll be right back.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by GameFuel. Unlock a CDL team pack with any purchase on gamefuel.com/CDL while supplies last. Offer ends on August 31st. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Well, they've rocked the boat once more. Minnesota Røkkr are doing bits on that main stage this week. They take down Empire 3-1. What a victory that was for the lads. Not only did they prove themselves against the Titans, but they proved themselves against our second seeded team in the league here. As you can see, Empire, they've been knocked down to elimination round 4. Røkkr proceed onto the winners finals. Big stuff for Røkkr, especially at this stage in the game. I mean, considering it's the last part of our season, we're preparing for champs. This is peaking at the perfect time.
It is.
What a series, lads. I got to get your reaction off the cuff first. I mean, Nameless, what did you make of that series overall and Røkkr's performance?
Yeah, man, beginning of that series, I'm like, okay, Dallas starting out on the good foot, and then they lose map number 2, and that was actually their best record in Search and Destroy was on that Miami. They lose that map, and I'm like, okay, this gets a little bit scary, and what happens? Minnesota turns up, man. The amount of gunfights that Standy wins in crucial moments, I mean, just go back to that control, you'll see there's multiple times where he bails them out with a big gunfight, the clutch at the very end of the S&D, and then that last hard point there. It's just masterclass. Røkkr looking phenomenal right now.
Yeah, definitely a great series between both of those teams, but at least for me, that checkmate, that raid control was everything, because obviously Minnesota, they started off by taking that first round, and they were also able to pick up some early streaks, and then going into that second, in the back of my mind, when they use that streak, at least that cruise missile on towards that A point, I'm sitting there like, oh, you're going to have to invest both here. You cannot lose this defensive round if you're Minnesota, and that's exactly what they do. They use both streaks, they secure that defensive round, they lose the next one, but then they bounce back with another one to close that out, and I feel like that was that map where Dallas Empire needed to win there, because once you lose that Search and Destroy, like Nameless said, which is one of their best maps, you have to be able to bounce back strong, but Minnesota, they shut the door on that one easy.
Definitely. Let's actually talk about that third map. Let's talk about control, obviously, on raid here. Round 2, Nameless. On the defense, Røkkr really sealing the deal here. How do they do it?
Yeah, I mean, on this control, you're going to see they're on defense, and Priestahh uses his streak to get them off of A, but what happens, Dallas gets back through, they get on A, and then they cap the point, so they use all their streaks, and we're like, okay, me and Jay are screaming at this point. We're like, okay, Minnesota has to win this round, and you see right now, Dallas, they're pushed up inside a kitchen, they have control, they're getting ready to initiate their push, and since it's 12-12 life count, the players at Tiki, they waited, they didn't want to push over to bedroom and potentially die. Attach gets a kill with a nade, Standy with the kill, Standy with the 2-piece, those are the big gunfights that I'm talking about. And then when you need another one, Priestahh's there to turn around, pick up the kill on the flank to get the final kill to reestablish map control. And then now with 30 seconds left, this is a lot of pressure for Dallas Empire. They're having to flood through bedroom. Attach wins that final gunfight middle, and now Dallas are basically screwed. They don't have any avenues to get control, at least fast enough to get to the point and make some progression at B. So basically, what you saw there is Røkkr, man, recovering from a tough situation. They adjusted in the middle of the round. They knew that they couldn't get to bedroom fast enough, so they waited. And what do? They win the big gunfights to secure the round. It's beautiful.
And just to tag on it, just going for Røkkr into that map number 4, obviously they didn't start off that game hot, but it was all on the back of Priestahh and Standy. Those guys really flipped the switch in the middle of that game. Standy put up like 34 kills, and Priestahh put up like 30 as well. And I said it this morning, in order for them to come out and beat Dallas, they had to try to take a hard point versus this team, and those two players needed to step up. They answered the call, and they get the job done.
Well, I'll tell you what, you were both spot on. I'll tell you what, Jay, you were spot on in terms of the hard point, the respawn, that factor of it. But I got to say, Ant, as well, the end of Stage 5, you were spot on. You did say Minnesota Røkkr were going to be the dark horse of Major 5. And my goodness, there is a stallion in this arena. I will tell you that. Now, I'll tell you what, we do have a banger coming up next. We have literally the smallest bit of time to talk about it. So, folks, I want to know what your predictions are. Gentlemen, obviously, OpTic versus Ultra. Who are you taking for this game? Nameless, I'll start with you, mate.
Yeah, this was a tough one to predict. I mean, you think back to their match that they had previously where OpTic were able to take the hard points. So I'm looking at OpTic. I think OpTic's going to take this one in a 3-1 fashion. They have some great maps for them. You look at maps 1 and 4, both those hard points are the same ones they beat them on. I think they take it and only drop the S&D.
I completely agree with you. The only thing opposite for me is that they're actually going to win the Search and Destroy this time around, because OpTic so far in the year, they're 0-4 versus Ultra. Something has to change, and I'm looking at Scump to be that guy to change that page in the book. So they're going to take that Search and Destroy, win 2 respawns, close it out in 4.
Beautiful stuff. Love to hear that from you guys. And I'll tell you what, I also love to hear from Jess. She is with right now with Sender on standby. Let's get his thoughts as they head into this game.
Thank you so much, Lottie. Yeah, that's right. We are here with Sender, coach of OpTic Chicago. So you guys beat FaZe this stage. I mean, was that the boost that the team needed to propel them through these final 2 events?
I don't think that's like any like real morale boost. It's just like extra confidence, I guess, going into the major and obviously leading into the champs. We mainly just wanted to try to secure first seed going into this event, and that was like our main mindset.
So here in this match that your team is about to play, what's the one thing you're really looking for, like other than a dub, to prove that for your players to show that they're ready?
I mean, we've been playing like it's practice a lot, and I feel like that's been the biggest difference between in our team going into a lot of these matches. I think that's the main thing, to be honest. Like, I'm not really expecting anything. Like, we go into every match with the mindset that we just got to do exactly what we do in practice, and if it works, it works. It doesn't, then we just got to get better. So.
Well, finally, before I, let you go to watch your match, I got to ask about the guys' footwear. I've been hearing so much about it. What shoes do you think Scump is going to be rocking today?
I told him to wear Crocs. I don't know if he's going to listen to me or not, but we'll see.
I mean, those are comfortable, so those definitely could help if he is indeed wearing those. Well, thank you so much, Lottie. Back on over to you.
Thank you so much, Jess. It's good to know that the lucky shoes are on the feet of the king. But I tell you what, it's going to take some doing on that main stage once again. So excited to see OpTic play once more back at LAN. I hope you guys are excited too. We're going to head to a break right now. But on the back of it, we have an absolute banger. OpTic versus Ultra coming your way with Miles and Chance right after the break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Major 5. Quick update. This is a look at Scump's current shoes. He's got the MX in green, looking at that OG color. We will give you a live update. So what is now going on stage? This is a look backstage. This is a look at them now currently. Here's the shoes once again, but we've got them on stage now. We're wondering what shoes Scump will be wearing again. This is the talk of the town right now in the Call of Duty world. What have we got, friends? What is the footwear of choice? Because again, this has been a bit of a lucky charm for the OpTic players, seeing who or what is on their feet. We saw those foam runners. They did a lot of good there for the OpTic boys, but we'll see. Again, we'll give you that feet heat check in just a brief moment as we gear up for our next match here today. Toronto Ultra taking on OpTic. This should be a fun one, mate. Again, OpTic Chicago. Oh, okay, so we do have the MX on stage as well. Okay, there it is. Oh, there is shoes. I know somebody loaned them to him. How's Scump going to play today? Charles, what do you think, mate? Give us some expert analysis on the feet.
This changes everything, genuinely. I mean, everything I had analysis-wise is just going to be thrown out the window because of the shoe game. No, it doesn't matter. Look, this is the most feet and legs I've ever seen on a broadcast before, so I'm a little bit put off by it, but that's what it's going to be. I'm not a sneakerhead. I know nothing about anything shoe-related, so I've got nothing for you, Miles. That's
cool,
it.
mate. All good, man. You're a Call of Duty guy. That's absolutely fine. But honestly, it would have been nice to know. And I'm sure that Reddit is currently ablaze, and the timeline should be as well. Let us know what you think. Tweet us what you think of Scump's performance and of his footwear choices today, because that's what everyone wants to talk about. But Chance, we're almost ready to get into this matchup again. Another winners bracket game for you here today, friends. This is bound to be a humdinger. OpTic Chicago, and of course for Toronto.